is there any efficacy tests on the 4 life transfer factors in humans from all of the things that we've done? Please advise.
Well, you probably saw the title of this seminar, right? And so that's already going to tell you something. But to answer that question, to simply say yes would really undermine the importance of this question. So I will emphatically say yes. Yes, we have done studies on 4 life transfer factor in humans. In fact, our latest study led to our most important claim about transfer factor, one that everyone can understand and repeat. And that is, drum roll please, next slide. 4 life transfer factor is clinically proven to activate the immune system in just 2 hours. Let me repeat that. 4 life transfer factor is clinically proven to activate the immune system in just 2 hours. So next slide, please. This study takes 4 life to the next level in immune system support by leveraging decades, 25 plus years of transfer factor research in collaboration with a world-renowned lab, a clinical lab that specializes in uncovering immune system benefits of natural products. So over the last couple of years, 4 Life has partnered with NIS Labs, which stands for Natural Immune System Labs. They are a 20-plus year full-service clinical research lab with their own testing capabilities. So in this study, and I'm showing you a diagram here, in this study, NIS followed the gold standard for human clinical studies. What is a gold standard? It is a placebo-controlled, randomized, double-blind crossover study. So what does all that mean? Those sounds like fancy scientific terms. What it means is that participants in this study, in this clinical study, took one dose, only one dose of transfer factor, so that's 600 milligrams of transfer factor, or they took a placebo, which has no active ingredients, right? So it's not transfer factor. Now, during the study, just prior to the consumption of either placebo or transfer factor, they took blood samples at just prior, at 1 hour, at 2 hours, and 24 hours after consumption. They collected blood to be able to analyze the immune cells in the blood and specific markers that indicate the impact on the immune system. We can go to the next slide. So there are 2 ways to measure the impact on your immune system. The first is to look at the actual immune cells themselves, right? We have a lot of immune cells in our blood. And to understand what we're looking for, let's first recognize that our immune system is comprised of 2 different parts. There is the innate immune system, which consists of defenses that are very fast acting or within a few hours against health threats. And then there's this adaptive immune system, which is another part of the immune system that contains specialized immune cells which target health threats and prevent their growth in our body. The second way is to measure the impact of our immune system is to look at special biomarkers that we call cytokines. So cytokines, like transfer factors, are proteins that help signify our immune cells' ability to communicate with one another. So to mount a defense against the health threats, sorry, not that slide. Let's back up. There we go. Okay. To mount a defense against health threats, our immune system must coordinate its response, and it does so through expressing these things called cytokines. And what we found in the study is a robust cytokine response when comparing the action of transfer factor versus the action of placebo within the first 2 hours, right? So again, we're looking at cytokine response, we're looking at placebos, and we're looking at transfer factor, and we're all measuring this within a couple of hours. So these results were represented by change in 2 key cytokines. One of them is called interferon gamma, which we denote here as IFNG, and the other one is called interleukin 13 or IL-13. Now, this tells us that transfer factor is improving our immune system's ability to communicate, right? Recognize and respond, right? That's the immune cell's ability to communicate. When we look at the actual immune cells themselves, right? So we've got immune cells and cytokines that we're looking at. When we look at the immune cells themselves, we also see a very positive change in what we call a CD25 marker for a special immune cell called a natural killer T cell. Again, when comparing transfer factor to placebo within the first couple of hours. So we now have data points showing how immune cells communicate with one another and how immune cells are activated with transfer factor compared to placebo in humans. It allows us to say with confidence that transfer factor is clinically proven to activate our immune system in just 2 hours. Okay, I know that's a lot of technical jargon, a lot of terms that you're not familiar with, but the whole basis of this research is to show that transfer factor can help activate your immune system in 2 hours. And we have data, we have a study to prove it. That study is almost going to be published in the next few months. We are waiting for our reviewers to publish this work so that we can show to the world, to the scientific community, that 4-Life transfer factor activates our immune system in just 2 hours. And we have data, we have a clinical study, a gold standard study to prove that out. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I know we kind of did a deep dive into the technical aspects, but I think it's important for you customers and affiliates to understand that there is true science behind what we talk about. We don't just make these things up, right? We have a hypothesis, we do a study, and that whether that study supports it or not, we have to decide through the data. And you can see from the data that we showed here that it, in a gold standard study, that it shows we can do that. So the one important part of that study was the protocol. And the protocol was, how much transfer factor did you take to be able to see that effect? Well, if you remember the study protocol, the claim applies to 4-Life transfer factor products that have at least 600 milligrams. So we have a number of products that have 600 milligrams as a single ingredient. We have transfer factor Trifactor, we have RioVita, we have ProTF, number of different products that have transfer factor at 600 milligrams. There's also another, and so to get that effect, to get that activation within 2 hours, you have to consume 600 milligrams. And so we're recommending that you're taking your 600 milligrams every day so you can get your daily dose, you can get your immune system up and running every day. You can also achieve that same benefit by consuming a total of 600 milligrams. So not all of our products, so we have some targeted products that don't have 600 milligrams. They might have a few hundred milligrams. If you combine those products so that at the time you take them, you're consuming 600 milligrams, you can still get that same benefit. It's just that the amount has to equal 600 milligrams. So you can either get it through a single product that contains 600 milligrams or a combination of products that you take at the same time that adds up or equals 600 milligrams. So that's how you can get this activation. And on a daily basis, you're going to get that 2 hour benefit and your immune system is going to be working wonderful for the day.